Hello YouTube vintage stereo collectors and restorers. Just a quick tech tip this morning. If you're working on a vintage unit and you come across something, so all the original caps are these gray Elnas, or they might have another brand name on them. Then you come across a couple of these white caps. In this case they're Elna 6.3 3.3 microfarad. I've actually seen Panasonic caps in the same position. I have seen these on, I did a quick repair as a favor on a Sensui tuner very recently, and it had these right after the multiplexer as the coupling cap to the RCA jacks. And one of them had actually pulled away from the board. And I'll tell you what these are and how to deal with them. They're solid aluminum capacitors. I'm just going to show you here. We're just going to cut one open. Ooh, hard. Okay. It does not have a wet electrolytic. It's some kind of composite. It's basically a metal capacitor inside. It's solid state. The Panasonic ones tend to have like a thing that looks like an aluminum electrode inside them, and then that's insulated. They're not tantalum. They are a standard electrolytic capacitor. The big deal about them, why they're in that position, was basically because, for instance, in this phono amplifier, it's the cap between the phono input, magnetic phono input, and the first transistor. And something in the older ones that don't have this, they usually have a 4.7 microfarad, a standard cap. It's very microphonic, just a little tapping, you can hear it come through, tapping on the chassis. So that's why they use those. It's a solid cap, and to be honest, if it's working, you could just probably leave it in. It's not likely to age. But for whatever reason, maybe it's because they're solid, the leads actually come out of them very easily. Now it'll prove me wrong here, but yeah, it's going to prove me wrong. But I've had a couple of them where the leads are like right out of the case. And how that would happen, I don't know. It's it's inside it's on a chassis with a lid over it. But anyway, now what do you replace it with? Some people would say a tantalum cap. Except the characteristics of a tantalum cap in a phono preamp, it would alter the sound. Tantalum caps tend to have kind of an odd, I don't know, in sound terms, they're a bit like a ceramic cap. They have a kind of a tendency towards higher frequencies and kind of a buzziness to them. That's my way of describing it in simple terms. There's reasons for that. But what I do in this case is, I don't have 3.3 microfarad caps. I use the best quality 4.7 microfarad cap that I can put in that position. And these newer ones, like these work ones that I use, are not microphonic. They're really good caps. They seem to solve that problem. But it's nothing to sweat over getting the exact replacement for one of these. Anyway, thanks for watching and listening.